great to see everybody here today. You know, I know we're a little close with masks on. I'll step aside in a second. I can take this off just for the moment. But I'm glad the skies parted. We tried to do this yesterday. We always do it on the Monday of parade week. It's usually on the Monday. Today's Tuesday, so we just got it in. And it's a little bit different this year. Unfortunately, as everybody knows, we can't have the Cape Verdean Recognition Parade this year, or really any parades this year, or any big festivals, which we will sorely miss. We had an amended scholarship ceremony last week, right, Marilyn, at the high school. But the show went on nonetheless, and we thank you for that. And you know, we've had to adjust, but you know, I walked out here and I was just so pleased to see everybody here, and I just wanted to express to all of you just how excited I am. I admire how much we still come together despite it all. We can't do it in the ordinary way. We've got to keep our distance. We've got to wear masks, as we all know. But it's important that we go forward with the most symbolic of all the events during Cape Verdean Recognition Week, which is the flag raising to commemorate not only Cape Verdean independence, which we commemorate this week, which is 43 years. No, 40. Is it 43 years, Marion?
45.
45.
Independence, 45.
Yes, it's 45. So I got to work on my basic arithmetic, but nonetheless, my heart is in the right place, and really to recognize the contributions of Cape Verdean Americans to New Bedford, as we proclaim on this day. We remind everybody on this day that New Bedford is where it all started, and it's this is where the first islanders from Cabo Verde came to America. This is the original settlement, and it's still going strong. So well over 150 years into it, and we can draw inspiration from all the things that Cape Verdeans have contributed over the years in so many ways. Elected officials like Scott Lima and so many others, colleagues on the city council like Brian Gomes and Naomi Carney, of course. State representatives like Tom Lopes, for whom we have a statue in Washington Square, very well placed and very prominently placed, appropriately so, that we did a few years ago. Leaders of business, leaders in education, leaders in so many facets, and one thing I do want to underscore too is the tremendous contributions by Cape Verdeans to the United States military over the years, just tremendous. I'm part Irish. The Irish like to think that they have the most veterans, right? I'm not so sure that they, on a per capita basis, beat out the Cape Verdeans. And I'm just looking here. I see my friends Gary Correa, Josie Montero going to be raising flags, both combat veterans here. And Anne-Marie Lopes was behind the camera, right? Your father was the Tuskegee Airmen, right? So, and the list goes on and on and on. It's just a tremendous legacy of service to the United States military that goes on right up to this day, right from the start, and all the wars that the United States participated in since the arrival of Cape Verdeans here in New Bedford, right up to the wars in the present day. Just a tremendous legacy that I just want to share with you my deep admiration for that as well. And so, we're not able to celebrate all things Cabo Verde, as we ordinarily do, but everybody should know that we are here in spirit this year. We look forward to a great parade next year, and we thank. I'm going to pause. Now that is one defective siren.
I know.
It's not supposed to sound like a dead cat, like a dying cat like that. Nevertheless, we're going to celebrate in earnest next year for sure, and we do thank Marilyn and Marianne and Diane and Candida for today's ceremony, but also for the work of the scholarship committee and supporting young students who graduated from high school this year, again under very difficult circumstances, and despite it all, they've achieved much, and they've been recognized appropriately. So that's not my phone.
I know whose phone. It's mine.
It's all right. But anyway, we're all among friends today. But again, I just want to say thanks to everybody for their contributions, and we wish you a happy recognition week, one and all. And with all that, I'll turn it over to Marianne, who has led this organization so ably over the years. And she just told me to get up here and say hello, and that was it. So I did a little bit more than that. Marianne Rogers.
Thank you, Mayor Mitchell. Can I have Candida's pocketbook or something? Oh.
The one that's ringing.
No. This one right there. Botati. Viva Cabo Verde. This year is an unprecedented year, and we've heard that word, unprecedented, lots this year. This year, sadly, for the health of everyone, the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee made the difficult decision in April to cancel our 48th Cape Verdean Recognition Parade. Here we are today, almost 6 months later, still dealing with COVID-19. On behalf of the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee, we would like to thank all the frontline workers, from the doctors, nurses, EMTs to the CNAs, housekeepers, truck drivers, Postal Service, grocery store workers, and the New Bedford Police Department for their dedication and commitment. We are sorry for all who have lost their lives because of this virus. I would like to thank Mayor Jon Mitchell for his proactive leadership of New Bedford during this time. Even though we had to cancel the parade, we still wanted to celebrate Cape Verdean Recognition Week. We, Cape Verdeans, are definitely part of the rich history of New Bedford. Cape Verdeans are hardworking and resilient people who have persevered through drought and famine in Cape Cabo Verde. And Cape Verdeans have also experienced racism. I could go on and on to name all the distinguished Cape Verdeans from our past and present. We are proud that there are buildings in New Bedford named after distinguished Cape Verdeans, such as the U.S. Post Office in New Bedford is named after the first Cape Verdean Federal District Judge, the Honorable Judge George Layton, and the Alfred J. Gomes School, which is named after a notable lawyer, Attorney Alfred J. Gomes. New Bedford is also home of the first and only Cape Verdean American Catholic Church, and home to the oldest Cape Verdean American Veterans Association. It is the Cape Verdean American Veterans Association, under the leadership of Manuel Lopes and his committee, that Cape Verdean Recognition Week and the Cape Verdean Recognition Parade was originally started. It warms my heart that the traditions of awarding scholarships, the celebrating of Cape Verdean Recognition Week, and the annual parade still continues. I would like to thank Marilyn Gonsalves, Chairperson of the Scholarship Committee, and the members of the Scholarship Committee, and Diane Gomes, Chairperson of the Parade Committee, and the members of the Parade Committee. I am excited next year we will have the schooner Ernestina Morrissey hopefully docked for 90 days in New Bedford. The schooner Ernestina Morrissey is the official...
Clap for that?
Yes. The schooner Ernestina Morrissey is the official vessel of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And thank you to State Representative Antonio Cabral and Senator Mark Martigny for co-sponsoring the bill to ensure the schooner Ernestina Morrissey's Cape Verdean history is part of the educational and training purposes, and the schooner will remain in the port of New Bedford for 90 days every year. And I went off the program, I'm sorry. We were supposed to have the raisings of the flag, and Candida Rose singing the Cape Verdean anthem. So I'd like to bring Candida Rose to the podium.
Canta, irmão, canta, meu irmão, que a liberdade hino e um homem é a certeza. Com dignidade inteira somente no pó da ilha nua, na despenhadeira da vida, esperança é do tamanho de mar que nos abraças, sentinelas de mares e ventos, perseverante entre estrelas e o Atlântico. Entoa o cântico de liberdade. Canta, irmão, canta, meu irmão, que a liberdade é hino e o homem é a certeza. Obrigada. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Thank you, Candida. That was beautiful. And I want to thank Commander Gary Correa from the Cape Verdean American Veterans Association, and Jose Montero, who's also part of the Board of Directors of the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee. I look forward to next year, where we will have a grand celebration, and once again, I would like to thank the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee Board of Directors for working hard all year to ensure our traditions and that our culture continues. This year, we celebrate Cape Verdean Recognition Week from June 29th to July 5th. July 5th is Cape Verdean Independence Day. We already had our awarding of scholarships event on Saturday. It was quite different this year. We did it with social distancing, and $34,000 was awarded this year to 24 students. At this time, I would like to introduce Marilyn Gonsalves, the Vice President of the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee, and also the Chairperson of the Scholarship Committee. And then after Marilyn, we'll introduce Diane Gomes, Chairperson of the Parade Committee. And she'll tell you all about our virtual Cape Verdean Recognition Week this year and what is planned for next year. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It is a pleasure to be here again this year to celebrate Cape Verdean Recognition Week. I am very happy to announce that in the past 15 years, we have awarded over $460,000 to 429 outstanding Greater New Bedford High School graduates. Last Saturday, we awarded, thank you. Last Saturday, we awarded $33,500 to 24 graduates. It was a wonderful ceremony which was attended by the recipients, their parents, caregivers, and their sponsors. Due to the pandemic, it was held at the New Bedford High School parking lot, which was enjoyed by all in attendance. The committee is very grateful to all the sponsors, organizations, businesses, and individuals who made it a very successful year, even though so many are going through financial difficulty. We wish to express our gratitude to all that made it possible in assisting the cause of increasing awareness and the importance of education and leadership to our young adults. We ask for your continued support for 2021. The committee has a 501(c)(3) status, therefore all donations are tax deductible. Anyone interested in donating to this worthy cause can send their donations to the Cape Verdean Recognition Scholarship Committee, P.O. Box 3070, New Bedford, Mass. 02741. Please enjoy the rest of the week with us and be safe. Thank you.
Diane Gomes, she's the chair of the parade committee.
Hello, everyone. As Marianne said, we had to cancel the parade this year for the first time in 48 years. It was a very tough decision for us. But I want to thank everyone, the community members, all the sponsors, and all the vendors. We received some overwhelming support. So I want everyone watching and everyone out there to give yourself a round of applause. As Marianne said, today starts Cape Verdean Recognition Week. Actually, yesterday started it, but today, we'll go with today since we're actually here doing the flag raising. And as you know, because of COVID-19, we have to go virtual. So we have a couple of events for you this week. Starting tomorrow, the 1st at 7 p.m., we're going to have an event on Zoom called Transatlantic Voyages from Cabo Verde to New Bedford and beyond. It'll be a presentation by Dr. Akia de Barros Gomes. She is the curator of social history at the New Bedford Whaling Museum. She's going to talk about the conditions that led to the migration across the Atlantic, the eagerness to make the voyage, and the conditions of the transatlantic voyage itself. We got to see a little bit of the presentation today, and it's going to be very interesting. She has photos and everything. She's done a lot of research. It's going to start at 7 p.m. If you go to our Facebook page, Cape Verdean Recognition, you can get all the information for the Zoom event. On Friday, July 3rd at 7 p.m., we have Milton and Friends coming to you live from the Cape Verdean from the Cape Verdean Memorial Vets Hall on Purchase Street. They're going to be bringing to you some Cape Verdean music. You can't celebrate Cape Verdean Recognition Week without having a little bit of music, right? So clear out your kitchen, make some room in your living room, your basement, wherever you have space in your house. Put your dancing shoes on, and you're going to have some live Cape Verdean music. So we're bringing you a little bit of history on Wednesday the 1st, and we're bringing you some music on Friday the 3rd, and that's also at 7 p.m. And then on Sunday, the actual Cape Verdean Independence Day. We couldn't let that day go by, even though we couldn't bring you a parade. So you know how everyone's doing the birthday celebrations? It's the birthday of Cape Verde. So we're going to have a birthday car caravan for the parade. And the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee is going to be representing each of the islands, and we're going to just drive the parade route. We have some Cape Verdean music that we'll be playing for you during the route, and we're going to celebrate Cape Verde during that time. I have to thank my committee, because even though we didn't have a parade, we've still been meeting once a month, and we've been trying to plan the best parade New Bedford has ever seen for 2021. So if you see these people, if you know them, if you work with them, if they're your family, or if you just see them passing by, please, please tell them thank you, because this could not happen without them. And like I said, we don't have a parade this year, but we are already planning next year to make up for this year. So I'm gonna say their names, and I had to write them down so I don't leave anyone out, and they're in no specific order. Alfred Montero, Desiree Martin, Marianne Rogers, Renee Ledbetter, Shane Burgo, Kenny Ramus, Norma Belay, Nathan Montero, Jose Montero right here, Margaret Naru, Penny Naru, Ivan Brito, Jenny Antunes, Antoinette Cabral, Colleen Boswell, Joe Dias, Chris Carter, Jonathan Correa, Leanne Fisher-Ross, Frankie Barrows Jr., Dana Ribeiro, and Monique Brito. Please, please, please give them a thank you. And lastly, we have the parade date already for next year. The parade will be July 3rd, 2021, and we cannot wait because we are going to have the best parade you have ever seen. Ever, I promise. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. And of course, we're always looking for more volunteers. Right, Diane? So please contact anybody from the parade committee, myself. Thank you. And did you want to say a few words?
Yeah, very good.
And we have Councilor Scott Lima here.
I'll be very brief. Most of what I've wanted to say has been said, but so I just want to say on behalf of the entire City Council, thank you to the Recognition Committee, the Parade Committee, the Scholarship Committee for all the work that you do. And so I guess what I'll do is the announcement that I'll make today is that yesterday during the Finance Committee meeting of the City Council, we voted to award money to the Veterans Hall to repair their roof. So I fully expect at the next City Council meeting, that vote will be ratified because it does have to go before the full City Council. So that was some really good positive news that happened yesterday. So again, on the behalf of the City Council, thank you very much. Thank you, Mary Ann.
It's all been said.
Okay.
Just say thank you.
Okay, thank you to everyone who participated in this flag raising. Thank you, Mayor Mitchell, and thank you to your wonderful staff. I hope everyone enjoys all the virtual festivities this week, and hope to see you next year. We're really going to have a grand parade next year, and I'm glad the weather cooperated. And so everyone be safe. Thank you.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.